the DIA. I'm talking to one genie, guys who are dressed really well, but let's find out what they do. What do you do?
We help insurance companies connecting with their customers.
Okay. I saw on your website you now have the 1 billionth time you did an KYC and identification with the customer, so you're doing numbers. How long does the company exist?
Since 2012.
Yeah, and you came out of an incumbent, right?
Right. We came out of Aegon, where we solved the identity and access management solution.
Yeah, and it's now a separate company, and they don't own it anymore, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Companies which come out of an incumbent and which succeed. Okay, let's take a look. First, I mean, if you are an incumbent and you have a whole bunch of customers and you want to get them online, what is the easiest way to do that?
There's a lot of different ways actually to do it.
Yeah.
One way is you have the policy at home, you have a QR code in your letter, you have a mobile app, and you just scan the QR code with your mobile app, and that's it.
Yeah, so I get a letter. We have a beautiful system. Okay, do it. Test the login.
Yes, so you can do it in various flows, but let's start with the QR flow. Just scan the code right there, and that's it.
Yeah, and at that moment you can create your PIN. Yeah, let's do that.
Right, I'm creating a PIN code right now. And that's it. I'm already on.
I have a digital identity. I'm confirmed through that letter, through the address. Okay, and I can basically see all my insurance premium. Can I also now go to the website and go use the same credentials to go there?
Yes, exactly right. Okay. So I already authenticated myself now through my mobile app, and if I want to start a flow and continue it on the website, I just scan the code over there, and I'm logged.
And I'm at the same place. So that's really easy. That's existing customers. So now I want to do KYC with somebody I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, there's all kinds of identification system. Digital identity is the most important thing there is. What standards are there in Europe which you support?
Well, of course, back in the day when we did in 2012, you used Facebook, you used LinkedIn, those type of things. Yeah. But right now, there's a lot more regulation going on, and there's a framework popping up in every country. In the Netherlands, for example, you have EDIN, which is a very big one and a very nice and easy way of.
You have the government system, DigiD.
Right, you have DigiD.
You always have banks, they come with an ID system, and you have government, and you support all these systems in all the different countries.
Yes, you have to pick and choose which makes sense for you in your region. Yeah. And you have to measure it. Like, how do people actually perceive this solution? How many people drop off going through a flow like that?
Yeah, but it's really complicated because there's lots of different systems, and they all have different. And you take that away. How does your business model work? How do I integrate your service in my company?
Very easily. We have a SaaS solution, or even for some companies, as is in insurance and banking, we still provide the on-premise, but basically we just hook it in, and you can leverage your system.
How long does it take to integrate?
It can be up to a couple of weeks. Yeah,
a couple of weeks to a couple of months, depending on the difficulty on the other side.
Of course.
Yeah. And if you look at something like this, which I did now, do you charge by the time the amount of times that I have logged in, or is it a fixed price per month, or how does it work?
We're going with bandwidth, so basically user-based. So we believe you should really get your interaction going with your customers. Yeah. So getting them online is all what it's about. Sometimes you're using external systems for this, and of course then we have to leverage those costs.
Yeah, if you have to price them. So, but it's a price per customer per year.
You could say that.
You could say that. Okay. How do you see digital identity developing? Because you said we went from Facebook and LinkedIn and our government system and banking system. You also are using a system of web ID, right?
Yes.
So I can also just come with my passport or something like that?
Yes. So passport, basically it's an ongoing field. We see it's very hard to keep up with this field as a customer identity and access management company, let alone if you're an insurance company or a bank. So you should leverage companies like us. There's a lot of frameworks going out there.
Yeah, there's a European framework coming, right? So that I would say we need a little bit of standardization. Does it come from European standards, which can be implemented by banks or are implemented by third parties, or can it be implemented by governments itself? What do you see?
Yeah, well, basically it's beautiful, a beautiful idea that we would have one ID and everybody would use it. Wouldn't that be great? But what we actually see is that you as a company, you should create your own identities and use those external identities. And
to give them power, to basically
Right.
confirm your own identity.
Right.
Hey, how big is the company? How many people?
We're about 50 people, close to. Yes.
And you work, where do you work?
We're in the Netherlands, but we have basically we focus on Europe. We also have an office in Poland.
In Poland. Is that where you do development or something?
Yeah, mostly development there. Yes.
Okay. How's DIA for you?
It's very nice. We're meeting a lot of interesting parties right here, insurance companies with exactly this type of problem that we solve. So it's very good for us. Yes.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.